This run, it's over. I'm sorry to hear.
But I do sense this. I'm not going to work and getting better as a rapper.
Yo. We are Check out the full podcast. Link below.
For all the dogs.
For all the dogs.
For all the dogs.
For
all the roofs.
No, for all the dogs. Hey, they made an album for you.
He's not part of the show, but he kind of is. Yeah. For all the dogs just dropped, man. Drizzy, the boy. This is a long-awaited album that I think we all have been anticipating. You know, remember we talked about a couple episodes ago, what were we going to expect? Mm-hmm. What were we going to get? Was this going to be the old Drake? Were we going to get the Take Care Drake?
He said himself.
What did he say?
You should expect the old Drake on this album.
He said that verbatim. So the album dropped recently. Q, what do you think about it, man? What are your thoughts?
First word that comes to my mind is disappointed. I mean, I'm one of those people that I do have Drake as a top 5 rapper of all time. I know, contrary to what all you people want to say, Drake to me is a top 5 rapper of all time. But I also do believe Drake does not have a certified classic album. I like Take Care. I like If You're Reading This, It's Too Late.
Yep.
Those are really good albums. I really like those albums. Mm-hmm. But it's arguable whether or not it's a classic. The way Drake kind of teased this album for years, he said, you know, there's going to be special features on this album, which was it Sade? Was that supposed to be the quote unquote? I literally heard a quote that said, Drake has somebody on this album that's gonna shock the industry.
I think he was talking about Sexyy Red.
Was it Sexyy Red?
You sure he wasn't talking about Sexyy Red,
song, right? But I really believed, just like Certified Lover Boy, I really believed this could be one of his better albums. Slime You Out was a really good first release. 8 a.m. in Charlotte, which came out a couple hours before the album, was a really good release. When I heard the album, I was bored. When we got to the middle, I was bored. I said to myself, I've heard this style from Drake for years now. Another R&B jam. The songs where he was rapping seemed a little predictable. And then also, I just felt like the album didn't flow well. And it just seemed a little too gimmicky. It sucks because, to me, I felt like this was an opportunity to finally drop that classic album. If Drake has been really good these last couple of months. So, just to sum it up, disappointed. I am not going to sit here and say I expected him to drop something amazing. Like, let me rephrase that. I just thought it would be something better than this.
I got you. You were let down. I was let down, like 100%. For me, I got a couple songs in, and I would say after I heard BARK Radio, I was like, listen.
BARK Radio.
It was being said. If you listen to the album, it was being said all throughout the album. Drake, I'm sorry, man. It's over.
Ooh, okay. Whoa.
It's over.
Whoa.
It's
time
over.
Out.
It's over. For now.
Okay.
For now. It's over. Like, let's be honest, man. Like, this album was a letdown. And he's had several albums in a row, minus Her Loss, because Her Loss was freaking phenomenal. I really like Her Loss. Thought that was a breath of fresh air.
Her Loss has aged very well.
Him collabing with 21, I believe, really gave him like a spark artistically. I think that was a bright spot in Drake's career. When it's all said and done, we're going to remember that moment of Her Loss. It was a moment. But he's had a lot of duds in a row, damn near. Honestly, never mind. We get it. Very experimental album. It was okay. This new one, it's okay to mid. Like CLB, mid. How many albums can Drake drop in a row? This is Drake. I'm with you. He's a top 5 rapper. He's going to stay there. He's not going to move out of it. But I do think Drake artistically, creatively has gotten to a point where he's lost motivation. This is just my perception of what's going on. I'm using the songwriting as my ammunition for saying this. The content is not there. He's not evolving as a man, as someone who I believe has way more to say that he's just not really tapping into. He's just kind of settling for the easy route, which is I'm a player and I'm juggling mad women. Okay, so what? We've heard this story.
Yeah.
How many more stories can we hear of this? It's gotten stale. I'm waiting for Drake to possibly take some time off, which he actually is for health reasons.
Yeah.
Hoping you get well, Drake.
Prayers to him.
Yeah. But I want to see Drake come back, take some time off, come back, and tap into
Recharged.
another type of content that he maybe go on another run like Nas did. I don't think he has to wait till 50 years old to do this, but come back, maybe lock in with a new producer.
Yeah.
Get a new sense of self and life and direction musically, man. I think that's what Drake needs right now. I ain't gonna lie.
Hip hop historically has not gotten the respect that I think it deserves in terms of it being a craft, right?
Oh, for sure. I've always been on that
the level of respect.
Yeah.
Like, you mentioned an artist like 21 Savage. I don't think enough people respect how much he's improved as an artist, right?
Yes.
It's almost like, an NBA player. When an NBA player, right, let's say they enter their rookie season and they're like, the summer is the most important time for them.
Yep.
Because that's when they can sharpen up their skills.
Correct.
And then you can start to see some of the moves that they learned during the summer.
Correct.
You can see that their bag got stronger. I feel like Drake was doing that for the first couple of years of his career, but he stopped sharpening up his skills. I believe he stopped sharpening it up probably like 7 years ago. So now when he actually gets on these records, he's still sounding like he didn't elevate his bag as an artist, like as a rapper. Like he does have his moments of where he's like highly skilled rapper, but I do sense this, I'm not going to work and getting better as a rapper. And I know the typical person will be like, Drake is a great rapper, you guys are putting him as top 5. Yeah, he's still top 5, but think about LeBron James. LeBron James up until today is still working on his bag.
Yep.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant is still working on his bag as an NBA player, and you can tell. I think this is the prime example of being able to tell somebody is not working on their skills.
I like the basketball analogy because
now.
I do think that people think that a rapper is just naturally gifted, and some are. But I've heard J. Cole talk about the writing exercises that he does with JID and that whole Dreamville. Like I'm talking about legitimately, they call it writing exercises. They'll put on a beat, have a topic, rap in a certain cadence, do that consistently, rap in a different cadence, be intentional about sharpening the skill set. And I'm not sure if I'm not going to say Drake's not doing that, but what I'll say is if he is, it's not translating to the music.
Because
it's not. And at the end of the day, Drake, to me, his last album that really moved, I would say, like, where I felt like
Scorpion was
it's Scorpion, bro, where he really was doing something.
I can see that he's still sharpening his skills as a musician.
Absolutely.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, more than ever, the gap between the type of music like artists like Division are making, the type of R&B records that Division are making and Drake are making is as wide a gap as ever. I mean, that's just my opinion.
No,
but I still think
look,
Drake has Drake right now is playing with house money. His prime has been for so long, like he's a legend.
This run, it's over. I'm sorry to hear.
I was saying it a couple years ago.
This is not. I actually don't even think I'm saying anything crazy. But I think he's actually been on a downslide for years now. And it's no coincidence he's tried to get reinvigorated with the Lil Yachty's and, trying to get a little bit more youthful in his approach and even his demographic and who he's speaking to.
It's dope.
I'm not mad with that. I think it's important to ride, and get on certain waves and try to tap into a new market. That's what has allowed Drake to dominate for this long. But I do think at his age and based on the content that we've already received from him, I would love to hear more variety and just a little bit more evolution. I just think he needs that. I really believe that.
He's got to sharpen up his skills just a little more.
Listen to the full episode, link below.